Hey guys, it's Lisa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is as requested by a couple of you. I wanted to do a little tour of what's in my fish tank. So yeah, you kind of got a general idea when I put up the fish tank, like how I set it up video, which I'll pop up here if you haven't seen it before. But I did change it around a bit, and yeah, there's a few things in there that are extra that weren't in there originally and things that I've taken out as well. So yeah, I thought I would do that video. So I thought I would just show you guys what's in my fish tank. So yeah, let's get started. Normally in this corner right here, my watermelon peperomia sits, but I've just taken him out because it's a bit hard to show you some of these guys when he's in there because they just sit below the leaves. So what we've got in here, I've got a few things that are propagating. So I've got a whole bunch of Mykins cuttings, and they are all just in fern fibre in this clear pot so that I'm able to see what the roots are doing. You can see a few little roots there if you look carefully, but yeah, I don't think it's ready yet because it hasn't been in there for very long. Here I have got my splashy Hoya that you would have seen in my June plant haul video, and I've just got a Scindapsus cutting in here too, so again in fern fibre. You can see some of the roots. This Hoya has actually got amazing roots already. It's only been in the tank for, I would say, 2, maybe 3 weeks tops, and it's like almost ready to be potted. So you can see some of the roots there, but I just took it out before and it's got really good roots. Yeah, so that's what that's doing. This cutting was just from my pot and I just chucked it back in there. So yeah, I'm just gonna maybe move them over here just so I have room to show you guys everything. Sorry about the really awkward angles. My fish tank is up high, so I'm actually on a ladder at the moment. Yeah, so this is my heartleaf philodendron, well, cuttings from it. So I did have a plant in my bathroom, got root rot, so I cut it all up and chucked it into fern fibre. If you saw my June plant haul, I got a nice big heartleaf, but once these have roots, I will chuck them back in with him. This is a Syngonian elbow that I got from Wildvine Plants. So the cutting she gave me was really cheap because it only has this one little speck of white. But I thought for the price, why not? I would get it. And it had amazing roots. It's done nothing for months, but you can see it has got some leaves coming in. So I'm really curious to see if they're going to have any variegation or not, because this cutting obviously doesn't have very much. I'm just crossing my fingers that it will have good variegation. I mean, it's been in here in the grow light, so I'm hoping that that will also help it to get more variegation in its leaves. This is a Philodendron Camposportoinum cutting. It sees little white dots on it. I think it is from me spraying in here and it's got water on its leaves. So yeah, I'm going to try not to do that in the future, but they do just wipe off, so I can just wipe them off. He's in fern fibre and he's actually doing really well. You can see all the roots in here. Yeah, anyway, that's Camposportoinum, but he's pretty well rooted, so hoping for some proper new growth shortly. This is small cuttings. So when I bought my Veru, she gave me an Enjoy cutting, so that's in there, and fern fibre, and that's actually quite well rooted at the moment. I'm going to wait for it to get better. This is my Hoya acuta. This is just not rooting at all. I don't know what it's doing. I've had it in fern fibre in here since I made my fish tank, so probably like a month or 2, and before that it was in fern fibre in a prop box, and I've also tried it in water. And yeah, it's got like very, very tiny roots, but nothing substantial, so definitely not ready to pot it. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Like all my other Hoyas, no issues, but that one, don't know. I'll pass through this one very quickly because I've talked about this quite a lot in the June plant haul. So this is my 3 Kings, and it's got a leaf come in, and look at this. So yeah, he's pretty much due for a repot, I think. But anyway, I'm going to leave him until that leaf grows, and then I'll see about putting him in a new pot. This is my Begonia Silver Cloud. So this little plant here was propagated from a tiny, tiny part of a leaf. I had a big, full, beautiful leaf that I was given. I tried propping it with the stem, didn't work. Cut it all up into pieces. All of them rotted apart from one tiny bit. But yeah, and then this plant has grown from that. So that's exciting. So yeah, that's Begonia Silver Cloud. He's cute. I have also got my Crystalinium. I think it's a Crystalinium times Magnificum. This guy, he hasn't been growing that well. I've had him for probably a year and a half and he's tiny, but he's loving the fish tank. So I also put him into fern fibre from like a normal soil mix. So he's in fern fibre in this clay pot, so I just can keep an eye on the roots. He does actually have really good roots, but you can't really see. I don't think any of them are near the edge. But since I've put him in the fish tank, he's been growing so fast. He's got these two little leaves growing at the same time. So before that he would grow one like probably every, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. And this is the biggest leaf at the moment. But yeah, I'm hoping for that the leaves will get much bigger really fast now that he's in this lovely humid environment. I'll move to this side. So this is my Begonia Imperialis. So the edges were getting really crispy on this guy. You can see I've cut this leaf down and this leaf. You can see a bit of the crispy there. People said it was not enough humidity, so I chucked them into the fish tank, and these 2 leaves here, perfect. So I think that it was definitely not enough humidity, and it's got a few little leaves growing there. Leaves seem to be fine in here, so yeah, it must have just been not enough humidity. That one's a bad one too. But yeah, so that's my Begonia Imperialis. Okay, what else have we got? My dream plant haul, I got Saturn Pothos. Yeah, it got such bad root rot. Literally, it must have happened in the store, even though when I repotted it, when I got it home, it looked fine. I watered it once, and yeah, root rot. So there's a few cuttings in fern fibre, and I couldn't fit them all in here, so I've put some in water as well, although that will probably be very slow. So that's what they're doing. This is a Monstera standardliana cutting. So I did used to have a nice big plant of this, but the leaves kept going yellow and I just don't know what it was doing, so I sold it. My friend recently just gave me a cutting of this. It was already well rooted. Chucked it in here, see what will happen under the grow light. That little leaf did nothing, but it was in the corner under the watermelon peperomia, so it probably wasn't getting much light. So I've just moved it into a spot where there is more light, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was very well rooted when I got it from here. Actually, he needs the water, so I'm just gonna pop him to the side and go water him soon. A lot of these plants I've just watered, by the way, so if the soil's looking wet, that's why they dry out really fast. This one was in my Calathea video, so this is a Maranta Silver Stripe. Yeah, it's still not put out any new leaves, so don't know what's happening with that. Hopefully it hasn't died though, so hoping for new leaves soon. This was also my June plant haul video, so that's just the lemon lime philodendron. He's just in his fern fibre in his clay pot, and I'm just trying to get some better roots on that guy. Next we have Cutie. It is my Soderoy. So I got this leaf when I bought it, and this baby leaf has grown since it's been in the tank. So I got 2 leaves now, and it's got a 3rd on the way. So yep, very happy about that guy. That's funny with the Soderoy. I used to think they were really ugly, but now I think they're beautiful. Very weird. Anyways, this is my Veru cutting. So we got this very tattered, sad, cut up brown leaf. It was rooted, and yeah, I'm a bit sad. I kind of wish we had waited longer, because I've been seeing these for much cheaper lately, like big, beautiful, nice leaves for probably the same amount as what we paid. It's growing this little baby leaf since it's been here in the fish tank. Yeah, so he's cute. So just hoping that the next leaf will get bigger, and it will just continue to get bigger and bigger. Okay, the next, oh ow, bumped my head on the roof. The next plant is my Melano cutting. So as you can see, all the leaves are tiny, tiny, tiny. It did come with a proper full big Melano leaf when I got it as a cutting. It was unrooted. As I rooted it, the big leaf died off, so I cut it off. And then I just rooted the wheat stick basically, and then it grew, I think, this leaf. And then it grew this leaf, and it's just grown this leaf, which is very cute. Yeah, it's very cute, but it's so little. So yeah, I'm hoping as it gets more leaves, they will start to increase in size, especially because it's in this lovely humid environment too. Here is my Mathilde cutting that I just showed you guys in my June plant haul, and you can see that the new little stem is slowly growing, so he's doing all good in there. I won't talk about him too much because I've already talked about him. I've also got my Calathea Beauty Star in here. That was in my Calathea video. I don't know about this guy. I might just sell it, to be honest. I don't know. It's just, it hasn't done any better in here than out of here. It hasn't grown any new leaves. I mean, it hasn't died, but I'm kind of a bit over it, to be honest. I'm not going to get this guy up because it's just a struggle, but anyway, you can see him here. So this is my mojito. So this is the new leaf that I was telling you guys about. So that is looking beautiful. So two beautiful leaves right there. So yeah, that's the mojito. Very excited about that. Super happy. Got another cutting. It's just a little pot of turtles, and you can see that they are growing little baby leaves. So yeah, that's cute. This is this Anecto something species jewel orchid. This hasn't been doing very well. It had more leaves and they've all fallen off. I know it's a trailing one, so yeah, maybe it needs a bigger pot. I don't know. Let me know if you have some advice, but it's got a new leaf growing, so that's promising. I've just moved these guys into a little part of the fish tank that has more light than they were getting. And this is my Macodes Petola. This big leaf grew since it's been in the fish tank, so it must love it in here. And it's got a little pup. But yeah, I'm too scared to separate it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. But man, those are stunning, aren't they? Beautiful. So that's him. And probably the last plant I have to show you is my Begonia listata. So he wasn't in the fish tank. I've just removed him in there recently because he was also getting brown tips. The new leaves so far haven't got brown tips. You can see where I've cut the brown tips off, and the ones without obviously being cut are the ones that have been growing since it's been in here. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. One of my favourite begonias, and it's got a little flower, if you can see, just in there growing. Can you see it? Yeah, anyway, that's him. So he's looking really great. So I think he will be enjoying the humidity in here. Yeah, here's just a little brief overview of the plants in my fish tank. So that's all the plants in my fish tank, and then beside my fish tank I've got a little prop box of some cuttings. I've got my morada cuttings, liver gravy cuttings, watermelon cuttings, just peperomia cuttings basically. But yeah, that's that. And then also my watermelon peperomia as well, which I'll grab. Okay, and I've just chucked my watermelon peperomia back in there. So yeah, there he is. He's doing pretty good in here. All the leaves are looking absolutely beautiful, and no like weird tips. Still haven't repotted him. Yeah, give me some advice, guys. Like, what did you put your watermelon peperomia into when you repotted it? I'm just worried that it's gonna go the same way that my other watermelon peperomia went. I mean, after I repotted it, it was just miserable, and it just, all the leaves went really gross. So yeah, I'm just, yeah, a bit scared to repot him at the moment, so I've been holding off. So yeah, give me your tips and tricks. What did you put your watermelon peperomia into? I thought I would just show you guys my partner's terrarium. He ended up getting a grow light for the plants because they were dying, so it looks a lot nicer now. But yeah, so I thought I'd show you now that you can actually see what it looks like with the light on it. So he's got lots of plants in there. Lots of fern, some spider plants. That is a snail that we used to have in a fish tank, and he died of old age, unfortunately, but we kept the shell. There's a Fittonia that I bought. My partner said, yeah, it's beautiful, put it in there, so he put it in there. And I've like the plants. And I'll move in here, and then we've got some water and some plants in there. We've actually got a little blue mystery snail in there. My partner calls him Mystery Mike. I can't see him at the moment. He's probably hiding, but yeah, so he lives in there. And I've turned the pump off, but there's also a little waterfall that comes out of this rock here and into the water, which is really cool. But yeah, it's very noisy, so I've turned it off. And we've got a little Lego scuba diver. Yeah, so that's, I thought I'd just quickly show you, since I was showing you my fish tank, which is right here beside that. That's my partner's one. And down here is just like liquor and soil and stuff. And so what he did was he put a glass like separator here so that we can have water on one side and land on the other. But yeah, I think it's really cool. So yeah, that's that. Cool, so that is all the plants that are in my fish tank, and I also just chucked in there my partner's little terrarium because I think it's quite cute. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that video. Give it a like if you did, and I would love it if you could subscribe to this channel as well. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!